Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and felt that sinking feeling? That moment when instead of seeing the vibrant, beautiful woman you are, you only notice the lines around your eyes, the slight sag in your jawline, or how your neck has changed. That crushing moment when your mirror time, which should be a moment of self-care, turns into a harsh critique session where you're suddenly your own worst enemy? I see it in my practice every day. Accomplished, incredible women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond who light up a room when they enter it, but who've developed these unconscious mirror habits that slowly chip away at their confidence, bit by bit, day after day. And the worst part? Most women don't even realize they're doing it. These mirror habits become so automatic that we don't recognize how they're secretly undermining our self-image and draining our emotional energy. Let me tell you something important. This isn't just about vanity. The relationship you have with your reflection impacts everything from your willingness to try new things, to how you show up in relationships, to even how energetic and healthy you feel day to day. The mirror should be a tool for connection with yourself, not a weapon you use against your own spirit. Today, I'm sharing the 8 most destructive mirror habits I've identified through years of psychological practice with women over 50. But more importantly, I'll give you the exact replacement habits that can transform your mirror from a source of anxiety into a powerful tool for building genuine confidence. Yes, our bodies change as we age. That's the privilege of a long and meaningful life. But feeling vibrant and confident is something we absolutely deserve at every age. I'll break down exactly why these habits form, the psychological impact they have, and the simple but powerful shifts you can make starting today. And the best part? These aren't about buying expensive products or treatments. These are accessible mindset and behavior changes that work with your brain's natural patterns. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, which of these mirror habits do you think you might be doing? Drop a comment below and let me know which one resonates most when we're done. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more evidence-based confidence-building strategies specifically designed for our unique needs as women with life experience. Have you ever noticed how some women seem to age with this remarkable grace and confidence, while others, despite looking objectively beautiful, seem to struggle more with each passing year? As a psychologist who's worked with women through all life transitions, I can tell you, the difference often isn't about genetics or even lifestyle. It's about their psychological relationship with aging and their reflection. When we repeatedly engage in negative mirror habits, we're actually training our brain's reticular activating system, the part that filters what we notice, to spotlight our perceived flaws and minimize our assets. Over time, this creates a distorted self-image that feels completely real to us, even though others see us very differently. Additionally, these habits trigger our body's stress response system. Each time we criticize ourselves in the mirror, we release small amounts of cortisol, which over time can actually accelerate the very aging processes we're concerned about. It's a self-defeating cycle that affects everything from skin elasticity to energy levels. The fascinating news from recent research in neuroplasticity is that we can quite literally rewire these patterns. Our brains remain adaptable throughout our lives, and with intentional practice, we can transform our mirror relationship from one of criticism to one of compassion and accurate self-perception. Before we get to our specific mirror habits, I want to share 4 core principles that underlie all the solutions we'll discuss. First, compassionate awareness. The initial step isn't trying to fix anything. It's simply becoming aware of your current mirror habits without judgment. Think of yourself as a curious scientist observing your own behavior patterns. Second, realistic contextualization. Our perception of beauty has been warped by media that typically showcases only one very narrow, often younger image. Understanding this context helps us recognize that our flaws are actually just normal human variations. Third, intentional attention direction. Your attention is like a spotlight. Wherever you point it becomes your reality. Learning to deliberately direct that spotlight changes everything about how you see yourself. And finally, consistent practice. These new habits might feel awkward or even silly at first. That's normal and actually a sign you're breaking old neural pathways. Consistency, not perfection, is what creates lasting change. Now let's break down these 8 destructive mirror habits and transform each one into a confidence-building practice instead. The first destructive mirror habit is what I call the zooming critic, where you immediately zoom in on perceived flaws, examining wrinkles, spots, or sagging areas with forensic precision, sometimes even using magnifying mirrors that no one else would ever view you through. This hyperfocus on isolated problem areas creates a distorted self-image because you never see yourself as others actually see you, as a complete, dynamic person. It's like evaluating a beautiful garden by only examining the weeds with a microscope. Research shows this selective attention actually strengthens neural pathways that make these flaws more prominent in your self-perception over time. This habit particularly affects women who've been highly detail-oriented in their professional or personal lives. The same meticulous attention that made you excellent at work becomes misapplied to your appearance. Practice the 3-foot rule. Step back to the distance most people actually see you from, about 3 feet from the mirror. Take in your whole appearance first. Notice your overall presence, your smile, the life in your eyes. Place a small marker or sticker at the 3-foot point on your bathroom floor as a reminder. Begin every mirror session by standing there first before moving closer for practical tasks like applying makeup. Don't eliminate close-up mirror time completely. It's necessary for practical tasks. But save it for after you've established a whole person perspective. If you're looking for a quick way to break the zooming habit, try this. When you catch yourself zooming in on a flaw, immediately zoom out mentally and name 3 things you appreciate about your overall appearance. This interrupts the critical neural pathway and begins building a new one. The second destructive mirror habit is the historical comparator. Constantly comparing your current reflection to how you looked 10, 20, or even 30 years ago, mentally overlaying your younger face onto your current one. This creates an impossible standard because you're literally comparing yourself to a different version of yourself from a different era of life. It's psychologically similar to comparing your winter garden to your summer one and feeling disappointed. It fails to honor the beauty and purpose of each life season. This habit is especially common among women who received a lot of validation for their appearance in their younger years, creating an unhealthy attachment to physical attributes that naturally change over time. Practice present moment appreciation. This involves consciously registering what looks good now, without reference to the past. Keep a small journal by your mirror and regularly note features you appreciate about your current appearance. Research shows that writing physically, not typing, creates stronger neural connections and accelerates this habit change. This works best for women who find themselves frequently using phrases like, "I used to," or "back when I was younger," when thinking about their appearance. Don't confuse appreciating your current appearance with settling or giving up. This isn't lowering your standards. It's accurately recognizing the genuine beauty that exists in every life stage. If you're looking for a way to accelerate this shift, try this confidence boost. Create a beauty biography, where you identify the unique advantages and beautiful aspects of each decade of your life. This helps your brain recognize that beauty evolves rather than diminishes. The third destructive mirror habit is the mood-based evaluator, where your perception of your appearance wildly fluctuates based on your emotional state. On good days, you look in the mirror and feel relatively satisfied. On bad days, the same reflection seems dramatically worse. This inconsistency creates a fundamental distrust in your self-perception. When your appearance seems to change drastically day to day, though it objectively hasn't, you develop a sense that you can't trust your own evaluation, which leads to appearance anxiety and seeking excessive external validation. This habit particularly affects women who are naturally empathetic and emotionally responsive in other areas of life. Develop emotional awareness before reflection. This involves briefly checking in with your emotional state before looking in the mirror, recognizing how it might color your perception. Place a small emotion wheel or simple face icons near your mirror as a visual reminder to notice your mood first. When you recognize you're in a negative emotional state, either postpone critical appearance assessments or consciously adjust your expectations of what you'll see. This works best for women who notice dramatic swings in how they perceive their appearance from day to day, often correlating with stress, sleep quality, or other life circumstances. Don't try to force positive emotions if you're having a difficult day. The goal isn't to only look in the mirror when you're happy, but to recognize the emotional filter you're looking through. If you notice you're in a negative state and must use the mirror, try saying, "This is how I look through the lens of tiredness/stress/sadness. My appearance itself hasn't changed since yesterday." This simple recognition helps separate your stable appearance from temporary emotional states. The fourth destructive mirror habit is the negative scanner, where your eyes automatically jump from one perceived flaw to another, creating a mental checklist of everything you dislike about your appearance. This rapid-fire inventory of perceived negatives activates your brain's threat response system, triggering stress hormones that actually accelerate aging processes and leave you feeling drained. Over time, this scanning becomes automatic and unconscious, sending your confidence into a downward spiral. This habit especially affects women who have tendencies toward perfectionism in other areas of life. Practice balanced assessment. This involves intentionally identifying positives first before addressing areas of concern, creating a more accurate and complete self-image. Use the 3:1 rule. For every concern you notice, identify at least 3 positive aspects of your appearance. Over time, this retrains your visual attention patterns and creates a more balanced neural pathway. This works best for women who realize they can list their perceived flaws much more easily than their assets, or who find mirror time regularly leaves them feeling worse about themselves. Don't try to eliminate all critical assessment. That's not realistic. The goal is balance and proportion, not blind positivity. Try this confidence boost. When you catch yourself negative scanning, physically move your eyes in a different pattern, perhaps in a circle around your face or in a figure eight. This breaks the habitual eye movement pattern and gives you a chance to establish a new viewing sequence. The fifth destructive mirror habit is the spotlight magnifier, where you assume others notice and focus on your perceived flaws as much as you do. This cognitive distortion, what psychologists call the spotlight effect, dramatically overestimates how much others notice or care about the details that concern you. It creates unnecessary social anxiety and self-consciousness that can lead to avoiding social situations or constantly trying to hide certain aspects of yourself. This habit particularly affects women who have always been conscientious about how they present themselves to others. Develop social reality checks. This involves regularly reminding yourself of the psychological fact that others are far more concerned with their own appearance than they are with scrutinizing yours. Practice the mental camera shift. Imagine seeing yourself through the eyes of someone who cares about you, noticing what they would actually focus on, likely your expression, energy, and overall presence. This works best for women who frequently worry about what others think of their aging appearance, or who feel self-conscious about specific features in social situations. Don't confuse this practice with not caring about your appearance at all. This is about appropriate perspective, not neglect. The next time you're with friends or family, notice how little you're focusing on their flaws. You're likely much more aware of their smile, their energy, what they're saying. This is exactly how they see you too. The sixth destructive mirror habit is the binary evaluator, seeing your appearance in all or nothing terms, where you either look good, usually meaning younger, or bad, showing signs of age. This black and white thinking creates a false dichotomy that fails to recognize the rich spectrum of beauty at every age. It sets up an impossible standard where any sign of aging automatically falls into the negative category, regardless of how well it suits you or the character it brings to your appearance. This habit especially affects women who tend toward perfectionist thinking in other areas of life. Practice spectrum thinking. This involves consciously recognizing the wide range of possibilities between extremes and appreciating the unique advantages of your current appearance. Replace absolute terms in your mirror vocabulary. Instead of good or bad, use specific neutral descriptions like bright, rested, defined, or soft. This linguistic shift gradually changes how you perceive and evaluate what you see. Women who tend to have dramatic swings between feeling acceptable or completely unacceptable about their appearance. Don't confuse specific descriptive language with euphemisms for old. The goal is accurate, nuanced assessment, not sugarcoating. Identify a woman 10 to 15 years older than you whom you consider beautiful. Notice specifically what you find attractive about her. Likely it includes qualities that show her age and experience. This helps reframe signs of aging as potentially attractive rather than automatically negative. The seventh destructive mirror habit is the tactical avoider. Developing elaborate strategies to avoid really seeing yourself, such as only checking specific safe areas, using poor lighting, or avoiding mirrors altogether. While avoidance might seem protective in the moment, it actually increases anxiety about your appearance over time. Just as avoiding something you fear makes the fear grow stronger, avoiding your reflection creates a distorted sense that there must be something truly terrible to avoid. It also prevents you from developing an accurate, updated self-image. This habit particularly affects women who have experienced significant appearance changes due to health issues or rapid weight fluctuations. Practice gradual exposure and mindful presence. This involves setting intentional, time-limited mirror sessions where you remain fully present with your whole reflection. Start with brief 30 to 60-second, daily sessions of mindfully observing your full reflection without any grooming tasks or critical assessment. Focus on your breathing and maintaining a soft gaze. Gradually increase the time as your comfort grows. This works best for women who realize they haven't really looked at their full reflection in proper lighting for months, or even years. Don't jump straight into extended mirror sessions if avoidance has been your pattern. Like any exposure therapy, gradual progression builds sustainable comfort. Partner this practice with a physical self-care ritual you enjoy, like applying a luxurious moisturizer or gentle face massage. This creates a positive association with mirror time, and reinforces the connection between seeing yourself and caring for yourself. The final destructive mirror habit is the youth chaser. Focusing exclusively on how to look younger rather than how to look your best at your current age. This creates an inherently losing battle, as no amount of intervention will actually make you 30 again. The constant pursuit of youth keeps you focused on what you've lost rather than what you've gained, and often results in appearance choices that don't actually serve your current beauty. This habit especially affects women who grew up in cultures or families with strong messaging that a woman's value diminishes with age. Embrace age-appropriate optimization, focusing on looking your absolute best at your current age, rather than trying to recapture your younger appearance. For every beauty decision, ask, does this enhance how I look now? Rather than, will this make me look younger? This subtle shift completely transforms your approach, while still honoring your desire to look your best. This works best for women who find themselves drawn to products, procedures, or styles primarily because they promise to make them look younger. Don't confuse age-appropriate optimization with giving up. This approach often requires more sophistication and tailoring than generic anti-aging approaches. Identify a style icon near your age who embodies the kind of aging you admire. Someone who clearly isn't trying to look 30, but who looks absolutely magnificent at her current age. Notice specifically what works about her approach, and what might translate to your own style. Now that we've covered these 8 transformative mirror habit shifts, let's talk about how to maintain and enhance your progress with some practical daily routines. First, consider your mirror environment itself. Proper lighting makes an enormous difference in how accurately you see yourself. Natural, diffused light from the side rather than harsh overhead lighting creates a more flattering and realistic view. Consider investing in a good quality mirror and proper lighting. It's not vanity, it's about having the right tools for accurate self-perception. Second, pair your mirror time with positive physical practices. The mind-body connection is powerful. Simple habits like maintaining good posture while looking in the mirror, taking 3 deep breaths before critical assessments, or softening your facial muscles if you notice tension can dramatically change how you perceive yourself. Third, consider creating morning and evening mirror rituals that reinforce your new habits. Perhaps begin each morning with a specific self-appreciation statement, or end each evening with acknowledging something your body did well for you that day. And finally, Be mindful of the products you keep visible around your mirror. If they all focus on fixing or anti-aging, they're subtly reinforcing the message that your natural appearance is problematic. Balance problem-solving products with ones that enhance and celebrate your natural features. As we close today, I want to remind you of something crucial. Confidence at any age isn't about denying reality. It's about embracing it fully and finding the unique power in exactly where you are right now. The women I've seen make the most magnificent transitions into their 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond aren't the ones fighting hardest against aging. They're the ones who have developed a kind but honest relationship with their reflection, who see their face as a map of a life well lived rather than a problem to be fixed. The mirror can be a tool of torment or a source of celebration, and you get to decide which it will be for you. These 8 habit shifts aren't just about feeling better when you look in the mirror. They're about reclaiming the energy and confidence that gets drained away by destructive mirror habits, so you can focus on what really matters, living your richest, most meaningful life. I'd love to know which of these 8 habits resonated most with you. Drop a comment below and let me know which one you'll be working on first. And if you found value in today's video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more evidence-based strategies for thriving in this magnificent season of life. Next week, we'll be exploring how to update your personal style to align with who you are now rather than who you were 20 years ago, without buying a whole new wardrobe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, every time you look in that mirror, a remarkable woman is looking back at you. Make sure you see her clearly.